Alright, welcome back to another exciting tutorial. In this tutorial, we'll take a look at what is called scope of variable. In short, I don't want to tell much of stories, and let me just dive in. The scope of variable really means an area where you can easily access a variable. So you can access a variable inside the function, and at the same time you can access it outside the function. Don't worry about what function really means. As we move on in this tutorial, we're going to take a look at what this means. But if you want to define a function, use the keyword def, and if you want to probably name any functions, you can just give it any name you feel like giving it, and open and close bracket. So you have to use something like what's it called, like a column, double column, to end your function. And by the time you hit on enter, ensure that this line is actually blinking at the bottom of that function. That shows that you're about to create a variable within that function. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to say x is equals to what? S is equals to 5. Don't worry about all these. X is equals to 5, s is equals to 3. We're just trying to manipulate, trying to let you know how the syntax works. Okay, so by the time you do that, let's say for instance you just want to print x. Okay, good. Print what? X. Okay, print x. So this code will work. Let's run it. It's not going to actually show you anything because you've not actually called the function. So one thing I really want you to understand here, don't worry, this is not a function topic. I just want you to understand what it means. This thing that you created is not showing you something. It's supposed to display 5, but it's not displaying 5. It's because you have not called the function. So calling the function or invoking the function means you want that function to do what exactly you want it to do. So I'm going to say func, and I'm going to say open and close bracket. I'm going to run the program again. Voila, we have 5. Good. So now if I should say this particular variable, let me show you something, is regarded as what? A local what? Variable, because it is created within the function. Okay, that's exactly what I wanted to understand. All right, let's create another func. Let's call it my func. But before that, and let's just say we have y to be equals to 17, and we have def because we want to create the function, and we have what? My func. I'm just trying to, my func open and close bracket, and I have to terminate this with close it with double column. All right, good. Okay, fine. By the time you do this, let's now say we said x is equals to 44, and within the functions, and I'll probably want to print y. All right, let's run the code. Okay, it is not actually printing anything, but let's call the function. Okay, all right, it gives us what? 17. The reason is that if you can use a global variable inside a local variable, whatever we wanted to actually show. You can use a global. This particular variable is regarded as a global variable. Okay, global variable. That means you can use it anywhere in your programming language. All right, good. But there's one thing I really want you to understand. You cannot use a local variable globally. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. So that's exactly what I'm trying to say. So if you want it to work, definitely that means you need to what? You need to make it global. So what am I saying in next? Let's create another div. Let's call it my func2, and my func2, and terminate with 2. And here I say x is equals to 2, and I say y is equals to 7. And I want to print here. Let's say I want to print y, and let me copy the function. But before that, let's run the code first. Okay, it's still actually seeing this particular y because it is global. All right, so let's actually remove it, or I don't want to delete the cell, but let's do it this way. I want it to be marked down so that it's not going to show. So here, let me run the code. It's still saying 17. I think I have to save it, or probably let's use the code. Let's use that particular code again. All right, okay, good. Let's make it code, and let's say we want the y to be printed somewhere else. Okay, let's take for instance y to be printed somewhere else. Y to be equals to 10. So, well, let me just say it in short. There are two things you need to have in mind. When you are declaring a variable globally, if it is outside the function, you can access it within the function. But if it is within the function, you cannot probably use it anywhere else. Let's say, for instance, I want to display x. Let's say, for instance, I need this x now. It's going to tell you that x is not declared. Let me delete this cell. Okay, fine. And I need okay. Let's not do, for instance, I just say x. X is not going to be defined. It's going to be giving me error because it's not going to be defined, because it is going to be active within this particular function. So that's exactly what it means. But the moment you say x is global, maybe you say global x, because you have assigned x to be what? Global, then you will now be able to make use of it anywhere in the program. That's exactly what it means. Using a global keyword will enable you to be able to use that particular variable outside the outside the code. That is just it. All right, global can be used anywhere. Local cannot be used anywhere until you give it a keywords of what? Global. This is where I'm actually going to stop for now. In the next tutorial, we're going to take a look at what arithmetic really means. We need to understand the basic things on Python before we start diving into the real concept of data science. Thank you for watching. I can't wait to have you in the next tutorial. Bye.